Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
We have great stuff still to come this last half hour, so we definitely appreciate you hanging out with us. And if you're a iPhone or an Apple user and you're on Facebook, you might have noticed something that's pretty annoying. And no, we're not talking about your aunt's posts. We're talking about this new chirp. Have you heard it?
No.
Now, it hasn't really bothered me because I always keep my phone on silent for the most part. But if you don't, and you go on Facebook and you start scrolling, you hear like a ding or a chirp, right? It's like a chirp that they have set up for some reason. God knows why. No one knows. I guess other than to let everybody know you're on Facebook is pretty much what it is. Well, it's very, very annoying because every time you swipe up, it'll make that or a ding sound, right? So there is a way to turn it off. You just go to your settings and you go to privacy and then media and then sounds and then say in-app sounds. And then you turn it off, and you won't hear that chirp anymore. Or just do what Jackson and I do, is just keep it on silent.
They make it so difficult for you to get rid of these annoying
things. 100%,
right?
yes, you're right.
I mean, why put something like that? Can we put that in the pile of the pokes?
Yes.
Remember when the Facebook poke? What was the
Forgot about pokes, man.
Pokes, remember that?
I totally remember that.
That's so dumb. It's like, okay, that goes in the poke file.
That's a blast from past. How do you remember that? I totally remember that.
Because they irritated the heck out of me.
Yeah, that chirp, definitely. It hasn't done it yet, but I'm sure it would.
It's the new poke.
Yes, the new poke.
Well, check this out. An Oklahoma judge caught sending hundreds of texts during a murder trial has stepped down from the bench. District Judge Tracy Soderstrom resigned 3 days before she was scheduled to go on trial in a special court. Security footage showed Soderstrom on her phone during a murder trial in June of 2023. The defendant in that trial was accused of killing his girlfriend's 2-year-old son and was later found guilty. An investigation revealed that the judge had exchanged more than 500 text messages with her bailiff during the trial. Their messages included inappropriate comments about the physical appearance of some of the attorneys, the juries, and even the witnesses.
You can see her right there doing it. I mean, this is the actual video. It's her on the phone, but it doesn't even look like she's really kind of looking around, just kind of seeing what's happening. You can see it's obviously the person that's being questioned. It's tearful. So, like, how are you absorbing anything that's going on when you're doing this? That's why Facebook put the chirp thing on there, right?
That explains
now,
it.
500 messages to your bailiff, who's always right with you all the time. I'd like to know what else was talking about.
What's going on there?
She did say some
explicit?
Yes, I guess it's about the closest to it. And she was laughing. They were making fun of the prosecutors, certain things about the prosecutor. While the trial's going on, how can you keep a level mind out of that?
You can't. And you notice she kind of gives the courtesy glance every once in a while in that security cam footage. But I don't know about you, but I'll be on my phone, and if I'm watching a television show, I'm kind of toggling back and forth between the two things. A couple times I've had to put the phone down and restart the show, and it's amazing how much stuff I've missed because my attention is split between what I'm watching and my phone.
It makes a lot of sense.
And if in just a simple scenario like that, you realize, how much you can miss in the general, grand scheme of things. She's a judge.
And this is real life.
Yes.
This is really happening. And even talking about something as heinous as a child being murdered. And by all means, yes. And she actually should have more than just being taken off of being. She's never going to be able to be a judge again. Oh wow, well but to me, every case that she's ever gone, if I was convicted, I know I would go back and say, well, I want to review all the cameras and see what she's doing.
Oh, I could see that happening.
And more than likely, that is going to happen. And there's a lot of great judges out there.
Yes.
And it is a position where you're thinking, as we said, you're judging somebody, and that is a lot of responsibility to go down. So it's unfortunate to do that. And again, remember, cameras are everywhere.
Well, and
she was busted, cold busted.
In some respects, it's kind of a good thing that this happened because it unmasks her as an individual,
That's
right?
a good point, yeah.
If she's supposed to be a judge and impartial, yet she's up there texting about other people's appearances in the court, then is she really qualified to be a judge? Apparently, she's not.
A good point.
So maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
You have some of these judges too. They come in and say, "I want absolutely no cell phones in this room, and if I ever catch anybody, you're kicking out, or you're going to be held in contempt." So she should actually, if she can give that order, throw somebody in contempt to do something like that, she should be in jail as well. We'd love to know what you think about it. Why don't you drop us an email, flash@dailyflashshow.com.